Hey everybody, it's me, Marquita, and I am coming here to um to say this, to put this on record. I don't know if it would ever be heard or seen. Um, I was watching Belinda Stroud. I think that's what it is. SNARP. I think that's how you say Belinda. Anyway, she if I'm not mistaken, she has an accent. I'm not going to say where I think she's from. I think she's not from America. Um, Beautiful black female with an accent. But I'm not going to put her anywhere because I don't know specifically, and I don't want to just throw her in a country that I think that she's from, and she might not be from. So I will reserve to say where I think she's from, but beautiful black female. Her birthday was November the 30th. I did say happy birthday in her video, on her channel in that video when she said her birthday was. But I only remember that because my birthday was the 29th of November. Anyhow, that ain't what I came here for. I came here for this specifically. She was watching, um, I'm guessing TikTok, Snapchat. I don't know. I don't have either. But anyways, a video of a black gentleman talking about the 16th Amendment, and people, you know, rightfully, is talking about, well, Trump can't overrule the 16th Amendment because it's in the Constitution. It was made like that. I think it was it they did the Constitution. um Crap, I would like to tell you what all he said. I don't remember what he said specifically, but this is what stood out to me. This was today years old. Actually, it was yesterday years old, but recently year old, that I learned. And I will give my 2 cents after what I learned. I learned that the 16th Amendment was written, but it did not include black people, because it specifically said, and I don't think that that's what that specifically said, but what he specifically said was that African and African Americans, the slave, indentured, uh, I think that's the right word. The ones that worked after slavery, still on the plantation, the indentured servants. I don't remember the word. Sorry, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Y'all know my brain shuts down. Anyhow, I told y'all I have sundown, and I know when I'm having it, and I do weave, and sometimes forget to wove back. But I'm in my real head. I am in my real time, and I see it, feel it, and know it. Just to let you know. Anyhow, but he was saying that it was saying that black people, African people, and um, and African Americans, um, or he might just said African and then African Americans. For the Africans that were working here and the ones that were born here. That's why it's two separate things. The Africans, or the ones that are enslaved, and then the ones that were born to families that were enslaved. That's why I say two separate things, anyhow, that they were not deemed as human, as people. So the 16th Amendment doesn't cover African Americans or Africans that were enslaved, and it never got rewrote. And this is my 2 cents of what I want to say. I can only go back to my great great grandmother. My great grandmother's mother was a slave in Tennessee. My great grandmother was born on a plantation in Tennessee. My grandmother was born in Tennessee. My mother was born in Tennessee. I was born in Tennessee. My kids were born in Tennessee. I'm just saying, if you know anything about Tennessee, or if you don't, December the 24th, 1865. Nope. Yeah, 1865. Just look it up. Tennessee, December the 24th, 1865. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, I can only go back to my great great grandmother. Can't tell you about my great great grandfather. Can't tell you about anybody on my great granddad's side of the family because I don't know. And the only reason why I know about my mama's grandmother, that's who that would be, or that's who that was. I only know that because she told my mama that her mama was born, that her mama was a slave and and she was born on a plantation. And I don't know, and I'm gonna say this, and this could be totally wrong. I'm thinking the house that she lived in was part of that plantation. Like, of course, my mama when my mama was born. Okay, when my grandmama was born, my mama's mama, when my granny was born to her mother, I'm thinking it was in that house. And then my mama was born, not specifically in that house, like it was a hospital, but came home from the hospital to that house. Now I don't know if my grandmama was born in that house. Let me just say that. Because my mama was born in the 60s. Yeah, when my mama was born, it wasn't even legal for her to vote. That's how close the voting is to me. That's why I was harping on my mama and my sister to vote. Because my mama was born in 61 or 62. My mama was born in 62. It was legal for black people to vote in 1965. So for 3 years, my mama couldn't vote. She was 3 years old, but the point of it was, when she was born, she wasn't allowed to vote. I have always wanted to see her birth certificate because I learned from one of my cousins that his daddy and his mama, or sorry, her daddy and her mama is older than my mama. But my cousin's mama and my mama are first cousins, or were first cousins, because both of them are no longer with us. My mama or her mama. Her daddy is still with us, and my daddy is still, as far as I know, he is still with us. But I have always wanted to see my mama's birth certificate because my cousin's daddy she had to get his birth certificate. I forgot for something. And uh she was like, "Daddy, oh my gosh, your birth certificate says color and not black or African American." He's like, "Yeah, because I was born, I think he was born like in the 50s." And I want to know, when did they change it from color to um black or African American? Because I never seen my mama's birth certificate, but like I said, she was born before legal voting rights. Oh, and what I was saying is, okay, so when my grandmama was born, she came back to her mama's house. Uh, and I think my great grandmother had 25 kids. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyhow, when my mama was born, her mother took her back to her mom's house, which was my great grandmother, my mama's grandmother. That's who raised my mama. Uh, and then when my sister was born, my mama brought my sister back to that house. And then I'm thinking, I know my great grandfather. I know he died before I was born. It was like months before I was born. Like my mom was pregnant when he died, and he died of cancer. And and then I'm gonna say that I was like maybe two. I might even I might even have been one. I don't know how old I was when my great grandmama died. I know my sister was four, so I could have been a baby or one, because me and my sister are like 3.5 years apart, because my birthday's in November and her birthday's in January. Um, but I just don't remember how old my sister was. I know she was old enough to go to preschool, so she could have just been three, and maybe I wasn't born, or maybe I was like a baby, because she raised my sister. That's what I was getting at. She raised her kids. My great grandmama, that is. My great grandmama raised her kids. Then she helped raise her grandkids and her great grandkids. Um, and then after she, died, that's when my mama uh, had, it was me and my sister. And then my mama married my daddy. I think, yeah. Um, so when she did pass, let's say that I was a baby, my mama only had me, because and she called her mama, but it was really her grandmama. But so uh, my mama's grandmama, which she called her mama, because that's who raised her. But yeah, she knew who her real mama was. But anyhow, um, when she died, that's when it was like, okay. And if I was a baby when she died, then my mama and daddy were not married yet, because they got married when I was one. Um, which, you know what? Is today the 12th? Today is my mama and daddy's wedding anniversary. They've been married for 40 years. Or they would have been, sorry. Sorry. Today would have been their 40th year anniversary if my mama did not get killed in August. 4 days before her birthday. But anyhow, yeah, today would have been 40 years um, of marriage. Anyhow, I say all that to say that I always say, if I don't fight, if I don't stand up for somebody because it don't have nothing to do with me, if I if I'm okay, and I've been saying this since 2015 when I heard Trump say, we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. And I said, why are we going to build a wall? What did Mexico do? I looked it up, couldn't find anything. Then he was like, I'm going to do the Muslim ban. I'm like, well, what do Muslims do? Looked it up, couldn't find nothing. And I'm like, well, no, why are we banning people for no reason? Why are we building a wall? What do they do? That's what I said. And I then, like I always say, I thank Trump because I would have knew goose egg about politics if he did not show me that part of him. And I tell everybody, I would have voted for him because I watched The Apprentice. I knew his face. I did not vote for him because I did the research for myself. And I realized, no, you say you want to build a wall around Mexico. Why? Why do you want to build a wall around Mexico? What did they do? Oh, they didn't do anything. You're just doing it because you don't want them. Well, okay, I don't feel like that. You want to you want to have a Muslim ban. Why? What did they do? Oh, they didn't do anything. You just don't. Oh, yeah, I don't agree with that. And I started doing my own research. I started looking into things that he said that when I say, nope, I don't agree with that. That ain't how I feel. You can't speak for me because that ain't my words. That's not what I feel. That ain't what I say. And you're looping the whole United States in with what you're saying. But what you're saying is not for me. You're not speaking for me because I don't agree with what you say. And that's why I always say, I'm glad he said that. Because if he did not say that, I would not have done my own research and realized, oh my gosh, I'm literally not woke. And I know that people is like, oh, it's not good to be woke. My definition of woke is you see everything and you're not asleep. You're not asleep to what's going on around you. So when somebody's like, oh, you're woke. Yes, I am because I'm using my eyeballs, my brain. I'm using what knowledge I could find and coming up with my own opinion, not the opinion of what somebody else said. So when somebody tells me I'm woke, yes, I am woke. I am woke to what's going on around me. I'm just saying. I'm awake. I'm woke. Anyhow, like I said, if I'm okay with a wall being built for Mexico, I'm not okay with that. But if I go, oh, they don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not, from a South America country, and I don't live and I'm not a border state. No, I'm not okay with that. But let's say that I was. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So yeah, wall built, all of them get kicked out. And then if he's like, oh, Muslim, if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, bet, kick all them out. Okay, then, oh, people, all left-handed people. Okay, well, I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Boom, they all got kicked out. But then when it comes to black people, oh, hold on now, my ears are perked up. I'm kicking all them out, and I'm looking around, be like, no, guys, let's fight. I'm standing there by myself because I was okay with all these people getting discriminated, getting kicked out because they ain't got nothing to do with me. But there's nobody there to stand with me because I was okay when perfect example. The lepers ate my face. Oh, take away health care because I'm rich enough to pay for all my medical stuff. Huh. But my kid has an IEP. Oh, well, don't close the school board. You can close the health things. You can do FDA. You can do the environmental thing. But no, now you coming and you're doing stuff to me personally. Now I care. No. Nay, nay. Nay, nay. I have said multiple videos that when I found out that Trump won, and everybody that is against me and want to hear it, I did cry. But I wasn't crying for me. I was crying for my kids. I was crying. I literally seen my two babies' face pop in my head. And I seen Zelensky's face pop in my head. Because the look on his face when basically Trump told him, we're not going to support you. He didn't say that outright. He said that because somebody was asking, are you going to sit down, have a meeting with Zelensky, try to, send the outdated weapons, because that's what the United States do. Instead of sending the money for the weapons, we send our outdated weapons over there, and then we make new weapons, which giving Ukraine protection, and when we make the new weapons, giving people jobs. Anyways, I also cried when he won, because I started thinking about the babies that were bombed in Israel. I think that's where it was. And them starving to death because they couldn't get food. And so the mothers had their baby, but because the mother was malnutrition and did not have food to make breast milk, and them poor babies starved to death. When the hospitals got bombed and purposely pinpointed the nursery that was full of babies. That's why I cried. I didn't cry for me. I did not cry for me. I cried for other people. Because it's not fair that some people in the United States hate so bad that they're willing to burn down the house just so nobody else can live in it. They would rather be homeless to allow somebody to have a home. I don't mean like literal. I'm meaning they voted against themselves. They voted for health care to get taken away. They voted for all the programs, health care, education, government, people that can't work, people that are injured, the vets, the people that fought for them to have the right to say what they want to say and vote, just so everybody across the board can't. Everybody across the board cannot live, cannot thrive, cannot survive. It's like, yeah, I'm poor, but I'd rather die than to give you anything, knowing that I'm taking away food stamps, and I live in the poorest country, the poorest state in the United States. But I'd rather take away your food stamps and my food stamps just so you can't get them. That's my interpretation. That's just how I feel.